Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I make videos for rejection therapy and exposure therapy to not being loved by everyone all of the time. Today I have a special little treat. I am going to be dyeing my hair, which is usually a pretty common occurrence. I have had many hair colors in the course of my life, but today it is a little bit different because I'm going back to my natural color. Guys, I'm really scared. I feel like the longer that I put this off and I talk about it, the more scared I'm gonna get and the more likely it is that I'm gonna back out. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. So if you wanna watch me honestly probably have a breakdown halfway through this process, then continue on. I actually just got off the phone with my dad and we came to the conclusion that I haven't had my natural hair color since probably like 2019. And let's see, in 2019, I would have been in 8th grade, beginning of 2019. So I would have been 13. The last time I had my natural hair color, 13 years old. This is the picture that my dad sent me that he could last find that I had my natural hair color in. Do you guys see why I'm nervous to go back to that? I know that realistically, the reason that I feel like I look so bad with my natural hair color is because the last time I had it, I was 13. And you know, obviously I wasn't like looking my cutest at 13. But I don't know, hopefully, I'm hoping that I've grown enough as a person to be confident in myself when I have just like the color hair that grows out of my head. And I'm also a little nervous because I should be using 10 volume, but I'm gonna use 20 volume because that's what I had for my blonde. And I'm not gonna waste that because those bottles are expensive. But I'm using Ion hair dye in a dark intensive brown. I went to Sally's and the lady that was there, I asked her if she could help me find like the best match to my roots because obviously I have not been keeping up on the blonde very well. And first of all, she looked a little bit jarred, which I was confused because I feel like that would be like a pretty common thing that people would ask. Maybe it's not, I don't know, I don't work at Sally's. I applied there and they rejected me, but that's okay. But I feel like it would be more like of a common thing, but she kind of looked at me like I had two heads and I was like, okay. And then she was helping me pick it out and she was like, I think that you're honestly like a level 4 or 5. And I was like, you think my brown is a level 4 or 5? And we kept going until she got to a level 2 and then that was a little bit too dark. So we went with a level 3 intensive, which just means that it's like more intense, you know? Guys, I just ripped the end of it off. I hate these little containers so much. I love Ion dye, it's my go-to, but trying to squeeze it through this little top part, I'm impatient. That's too long. Guys, me trying to do the math on what a 1-to-1 ratio is of this stuff is pathetic. Time to put these babies on permanently because I just put on fake tan, and if I got my fake tan with my hair dye that I think is gonna make me look chopped, it's gonna be over for me, guys. I also have this like dark red color that I never used, and I feel like I just want to add just like a streak of red to be safe so that I feel like myself still, you know what I mean? Usually I would do this in my bathroom, but I felt like being in my room today, my messy room. I felt like being a hermit today. This is how we're doing this because I only have one Tupperware bowl that I use. And we're gonna mix it with the barrette because I only have one hairbrush. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, you might recall a Get Ready With Me that I did where I said that I'm type B, not because I think that type A girls are like type A, like whatever. I'm type B because I'm simply too lazy to do anything else. And this is what I mean. Could I have gone and gotten a paper plate or another bowl or anything? Yes. But this is what we're gonna do. It's also blending into this cap really well, and I can feel in my bones I'm gonna forget that it's on there and like throw it on my floor and ruin my carpet. Going in with the red on my barrette. This is actually, that is really giving hot pink. I was really debating whether or not I was gonna go back to brown. There's like a lot of reasons that I am going back to brown, and all of them are fairly like, you know, logical, sensible reasons. But I'm just really scared. I'm scared of being like, this is gonna sound so stupid, but I'm scared of going back to being like basic. Mostly just for the fear of like my family thinking that they were right all those years ago. I really hope that this turns out to be a cute color because if it doesn't, I'm low-key screwed, you guys. Like, oh! Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing here? Okay. I don't even, oh, okay. Where's a paper towel? Well, it's just gonna look like I have a massive bruise there at work tomorrow, but that's okay. Girl, my camera is at 10%, bruh. I almost said, why can't anything go my way? But then I realized everything that's going wrong right now is 1,000% my fault. The rest of it is gonna be brown. Hopefully this develops into a nice brown similar to that on my roots because I really don't know. But honestly, I am just gonna jump in and start smearing it all over the place. Oh, there is a lot of pink in there still, very nice. Now, the point of this is to dye it so that I don't have to keep redoing the entire thing constantly, because it was really just like a time commitment thing for me. Which is why, like I said earlier, like I'm scared my family is gonna be like, she came to her senses and she realized that having dyed hair is whatever. That is not the case of what is happening right now, sadly. But I must say, one of the people who is probably the happiest about this is my dad. My dad hates when I color my hair. My tattoos and my piercings are like the bane of his existence. Like, it's really like he has not been a fan of this since day one, which is funny because my mom also has tattoos and piercings and like dyed hair. They are divorced, which I guess doesn't really help my argument there. We got into a number of arguments about it when I was like a younger teenager, like when I first started doing this stuff, because I wanted to do this stuff for forever, you know what I mean? Like, there was never a point in my life where I was like, ew, no, like I don't want to dye my hair, or like I don't want to have piercings or anything like that. But he really, once I started getting to a point where I would just do it, he was really not happy. Then there was this magical day where I finished high school, but I finished high school when I was 16. So it was this weird kind of situation where I'm still 16 and obviously like I'm still a kid and it's still the whole, you know, you live under my roof thing, but he really felt like he couldn't like tell me what to do anymore because, you know, I finished high school, I'm in college. You know, it was just kind of a weird situation. So he really let me do whatever I wanted at that point, but I could really see that he was suffering in silence and he really wanted to say something about how much he hates it. But he's really been like trying his hardest to be supportive of all of these things that I do. And he is very supportive. So naturally I had to call him and tell him first that I would be doing this. And I swear to God, I heard him choke up a little bit. He got really excited and then he turned it into this like oddly sweet dad moment where he was like, I haven't seen you with the hair that you were born with in so long. I was like, ugh, don't make this cheesy. My hair is just gonna be brown again. It's just really crazy to hear me saying that about dyeing my hair because I have always been the type of person, like literally ask any of my friends, like I could be dyeing my hair bright orange and they'd be like, are you sure you want to do that? What if you don't like it? And I'd be like, oh, hair is hair. Like just slap it in there and we'll see what happens. If I don't like it, then whatever, I can just re-dye it. And now I'm talking about going brown and I'm like, oh my God, calm down, girl. Also, what I've learned is the key to dyeing your own hair is to just not worry about the back. You know, out of sight, out of mind. And I am a little bit more confident about that at this point because I'm not trying to cover up my roots, which is like the hardest part to get to when you're just doing this smear everything everywhere method. But I just want to make sure that it's really saturated. And these gloves are we were out of just like latex gloves, so I'm using this like clean and new pack of cleaning gloves. In the store though, this color match definitely did look like really good. So hopefully it matches super well because I'm definitely not getting on with my roots right now. Another thing that I did not mention is that my roommate's car stopped working today, so I do have to go pick her up from work at 8:30. I think we might be picking her up with a bag on my head, guys. Am I looking cute? I want to make sure that I'm getting all up around the pink. Or the red. What's supposed to be dark red. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna show you guys the back. And there's gonna be no judgment about how it looks, okay? Is it covered? Is it saturated? Can you guys see? Okay guys, so I washed off as much of the brown as I could. The back of my neck is just gonna be toast, guys, and that's just a factor that I'm gonna have to live with for the next few days, and that's okay. But I don't know, I'm not super mad about like how I'm looking right now with this dark ass, oh. Am I giving Zayn? So help piss off the neighbors. I'm sorry about that outburst, guys. I put it back. No more Zayn tonight, no more Zayn. He's literally right behind you guys too. How embarrassing, Zayn. I didn't mean to butcher your song like that. Okay guys, we might be cutting this a little bit close because right now it is 7:42 and I still have 20 minutes until I can wash this out. And Grace will be ready for me to pick her up at 8:30. Luckily, she works fairly close to where we live, so it's not like I have a long drive or anything, but I just really don't want to look a fool when I'm picking her up, you know? Because I've never looked a fool before in my life. I have only ever looked amazing, all of the time. Okay, I decided to move over to my bed because I was tired of sitting on that little three-legged stool, and I fear I've already gotten hair dye on David Bowie. So The rest of my bedspread better watch out because it's not looking good today. God, I'm gonna look like Cameron Dallas's Zane all the time with brown hair. Ugh. Oh my god, guys. Dark hair. I'm gonna look like Snape. This can't be. Oh no. Guys, no, I just watched Harry Potter for the first time in my life a couple weeks ago, and ever since then I've been like noticing more like when people talk about it and stuff like that. And I always I knew the plot and I knew really almost every detail of what happened in that movie somehow. One of my friends was like deep into Draco talk in 2020 or 2021. So like I already knew so much about the movies, but now I'm like hearing more about it, and I keep getting TikToks with that audio of like there will be no foolish wand waving or silly incantations in this class. And he is so fierce, but we have the same bob. And I don't want to look like Snape. Guys, I don't want to Bro, I did also see a TikTok the other day that revealed to me something amazing. I found out that the guy who plays Snape also played Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet. And that was funny for two reasons. One, because, hello, bowl cut on fire. But two, I kind of forgot that there was a Romeo and Juliet other than Nomeo and Juliet. Because Nomeo and Juliet is fire, okay? That is peak. That would be in honestly, my top 4. My Letterboxd top 4, okay? I am also just now realizing that this is going to interfere with my Halloween costume plans, because I was planning on being Harley Quinn for one of my costumes. And I was just going to wear my blonde extensions, but now I fear those don't match my hair. And I could wear a wig, but guys, last Halloween, I wore too many wigs, okay? And I'm all wigged out, okay? This Halloween, we're going no wigs. There are 3 days of Halloween this year. And for one of them, naturally, I'm going with Grace as Jedediah and Octavius from Night at the Museum. I'm gonna be Octavius, and she's gonna be Jedediah. My general rule of thumb for Halloween, she's talking about in March, is if there's 3 costumes, one needs to be hot, one needs to be funny, and one needs to be comfortable, okay? So funny was going to be Jedediah and Octavius, hot was going to be Harley Quinn, and comfortable I was going to be the Cheshire Cat, but I really just wanted to get like one of those little like purple cat beanie things, and then just like a pink and purple striped sweater. Also, don't come for me, guys. I don't know what color that mug is. I'm convinced he changes color. I know the one in the live action is like bluish purplish, but I'm going for like the cartoon one where he's like pink and purple. If I'm not gonna be Harley Quinn anymore, then I'm gonna have to find a different one for hot. And that's difficult because I never like my hot Halloween costumes. I always end up feeling like a chud when I have them. Last year I was Bride of Frankenstein, and I thought it looked okay, but it wasn't like my favorite ever. So now, guys, what should I be for my hot Halloween costume? Okay, guys, we're at 10 minutes left until I have to wash it out. So I'm gonna go warm up the shower and get my shampoo that I use for my hair dye. And I'm gonna go collect my Severus Snape cosplay so we can see how similar I can look to him to go pick up Grace. Okay, guys, so all of the dye is washed out, and then I did have to run and grab Grace because it took a lot longer to wash all of the color out than it usually would. It took me so long to get the water to run clear. But this is what we're working with. It is a little bit dark looking. It is wet right now, but I'm hoping it lightens up a little bit as it dries off. But I figured I was going to blow dry it and then style it, but it is a little bit too late to do that right now in like a respectful way for all of my neighbors. So I think what I'm gonna do is as it dries, I'm gonna do my makeup to trick myself into thinking that I like it. You know what I mean? I am a little bit nervous at the moment because the way that it's looking right now, I don't like the way that I look with it. And also the red is 1000% just pink, which I have no problem. My hair has been pink a million times before, but the last time that I had brown and pink hair, it was when I was looking a little bit chopped. I think also what's really getting me about it is that I keep thinking like, oh, like, well, it's making me look a certain way, like it's making me, like it makes my eyebrows look super light, but like this is what I'm supposed to look like, you know what I mean? If this is as close to my natural color as it looked when we were comparing it to my roots, which also like I get that as you know your hair grows out and you're in the sun and stuff, it lightens up, and also a lot of people have more like natural highlights, which I don't have a ton of anymore. I used to have a lot when I was really little, but I get that it's not exactly what it would look like if it was naturally grown out, but the fact that it's pretty darn close and it's making me feel this chopped tells me it really was time for me to do this, you know, time for me to go back to the roots of being a natural brown. Let's hope that this can cover up the hair dye that's smeared all over my face. I feel like I look like someone right now and I can't pinpoint who it is. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to put on any setting powder because I don't want to wear this for an incredibly long time. So I'm just going to use this eyeshadow palette to be my blush and then also sort of set everything in place so that it looks more like one color rather than whatever's going on right now. I'm not sure what kind of look I want to do on my eyes because I don't want to take too much time on it because it is getting a little bit late, you guys. I'm trying to go to bed at like normal times. But I mean, I also want to look like myself, which usually if I'm wearing makeup means that I'm probably wearing a lot of makeup. Okay, guys, this makeup thing might have been a stroke of genius because as I am doing my makeup, it's drying and it's not getting very much lighter, but the makeup is helping me feel more like myself. My eyebrow pencil is still horribly broken, so once again we are going to be doing my eyebrows with black eyeshadow, which I honestly feel like might help me feel like this color fits my face more because it will make my eyebrows much darker than they actually are. Okay. Those are not even at all, but really that's okay because it's not like I'm going anywhere and these are just for the sake of me liking my face more. I think for the eye look today, we're just gonna do some eyeliner and we'll see how that goes. Guys, one thing about me is I'm gonna be in the nursing home putting a wing on, okay? It's a skill that I think I honestly might take to the grave. Okay. Okay, guys, it's okay. Guys, I can work with this. Okay guys, so my makeup is done and I'm not gonna lie, I'm conflicted about it. So the hair is pretty much dry. Notice how it's still fairly dark. So I'm gonna run into the bathroom and I'm gonna try to style it a little bit and see if we can fix how I'm feeling. Okay guys, I put a little bit of a bounce in it and honestly I feel like if anything it's giving a little bit more Snape. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I could I'm actually, now that I'm looking at it I'm kind of into it. It doesn't look like me. Like it doesn't look like the way that I've looked for literally the last like 7 years of my life, but I don't know. I could dig it. I could dig the fob, but I don't know. Oh guys, I don't know what to say, I'm excited. Okay guys, I changed out of the Severus Snape garb for the outro so that you guys can like actually see my hair and it's not blending into the turtleneck. But I don't know. Thank you guys for watching this far in the video if you did, and if you didn't, you are helping with my rejection therapy. I'm growing used to it. As the minutes pass, I'm getting more and more used to having this hair color again. It is a lot darker than I thought my hair actually was, but I mean, it matches the roots like really well. So hopefully as I wear it in, it'll become a little bit more like natural looking and I'll start to get in my highlights and stuff as it grows out. I'll keep adding fun colors. I might redo this red so that it's a little bit more red. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like it, if you think I look chopped and stupid, let me know your thoughts on Severus Snape. You know what I mean? But that's really all I have to say, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.